What is up to all my fell-handed finessers and finesserettes? I am giving away a Cromwell B. Here is what you guys have to do to win. Put your gamer tag below, followed by your favorite tank, or vice versa, your favorite tank, followed by your gamer tag. I don't care. Do that. 24 to 48 hours, I will decide the winner, and who knows, I may even announce it on the channel. So, that is what you guys have to do to win the Cromwell B. I have multiples of these tanks, so I will be doing these contests periodically to give away some tanks in addition to some codes. Who's excited? I know I am. Getting back to the game here, guys, we have some E50M footage here. It was requested. I don't know what's going on the left-hand side of the screen. Apparently, I'm looking for somebody, but you know what? Oh, it's my buddy. He's in the game. Moving on. We are on Cliffs here. E50M, standard battle. The tank is a bit slow. It's a bit sluggish when you're comparing it to your Leopards and your Bat Chats, even your STB ones. But you know what? It's fine. I mean, it's a very, very crunchy medium. It's got good frontal armor. You know, if you angle it properly, it's got an amazing gun. 270 penetration, 0.30 accuracy. You know, DPM is not... It's a little bit below par, but you know what? You got to pay for that accuracy. The Leopard one has slightly better gun stats, better mobility, less armor, and that's kind of what I keep coming back to, guys, the holy trinity of mobility, firepower, and armor. You're not going to have the best of all three. If you've got 2 out of 3, then you're doing well. Moving on, as you can see here, guys, I am in the mid. Now, things get dicey for me pretty much early on in the game, and guys, this is a very risque position. As you can see right there at E2, E3, the Reds have that area. That is their area, which means there are going to be flank shots galore. So we have to be very, very cautious about that. There's a number of gentlemen over there who really want to see me die. Put a shot right there into the hearse. A good shot. Waiting on the gun to reload. We do have to be kind of cautious. We don't really want to line ourselves up for any tank destroyer that's out of range. We're right off the gate taking rounds from the right-hand side, 3 o'clock position. We are concerned, but at the same time, we have to be cautious because there's not really anything in between us and them. So, much like a Claymore, we're going to do front towards enemy. Put a shot in the T-100 right there as he comes around the corner, and we're just staying mobile. I decide very, very quickly I do not enjoy being in a flank position, and we begin to really think about what we can do next in life, because this gentleman is not just going to pop around and fire off a shot or two. This gentleman is here to stay, and we need to make sure we can counter that. I do decide to just turn and take off, and then, you know, I said, hey, let's just go ahead and let's post up and let's just completely back around, because, you know, yes, they can penetrate the front of the armor here, but however, they do need to aim it in. This is a great distance, you know, so you have to kind of be aware, because with the laser accuracy of the E50M, you can't really present yourself very, very much with me keeping eyes on target. A very tough tank. Now, granted, of course, a lot of times, you know, if you're at a 0-degree angle at another, you know, high tier medium facing you, he can pretty much go through your upper plate. It's the heavies that tend to have problems, specifically because they have less penetration than a lot of your mediums do. Mediums run APCR standard, have that seriously punchy gun, which, you know, if they didn't have that, you know, they might not be such an awesome thing to have. Okay, so what we're doing here, guys, is we're going to back up while keeping the gun trained on the target here. Just, you know, if anybody happens to pull out there, we're going to put a round in them. Just a little cover firing right there, if you will, while we kind of back around the corner, because this is not a good situation. Senior Fell-Handed would end up going out considerably more early than he would, you know, bounced around right there. It's just not a good position for you to be in. You never, no matter what the tank, you never want to be in a flank position. So we went ahead and took care of that. We backed around the corner, and now we're going to run this opposite flank, see what we can get going on. You know, I don't necessarily want to stay here and take shots, because things are so far away, and if that spotter dies in the middle, it's just not going to happen. There's not going to be a lot of eyes on target. So that's why we're going to go ahead and swing around the side here, see what we can get going on. Perhaps find somebody who's, you know, out by his lonely, put some rounds in him, get some more damage, because as a general rule here, we like to put some damage down range, and we don't have a super lot of pins. So we kind of need to fix that. I don't know what I'm doing right there. You shouldn't ever do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you never want to get in there and mess with your map, or excuse me, your communications there as you're tanking. You're actively tanking, but you know what? Sometimes I think I am exempt from the rules. I am sure all of you can attest to being rule breakers at one point. This gentleman just fired. We're just going to peek around the corner, put one in, and we are going to see if we can't toenail shot in there. We decided not to aim because I know there's someone else behind him. I wanted to be really quick about it. We fire around there when we clearly should have aimed, and that is kind of my weakness. When I am in defensive mode, I tend to do more clutch shots because I don't necessarily want to take the time to aim. But if you can shoot straight, it's always better to aim realistically than not. Put a round in that gentleman right there. He's got problems inbound. The 215B is on top of him. Once again, we flub a shot right there because I choose not to aim. And in this given situation, oh, we're going to land on him. There we go. In this given situation, you know, you can or you cannot, I guess. Maybe it was possible I was thinking I could penetrate him. Put a round right in that gentleman. He is not long for this world. He is in serious dire straits there. He was definitely in trouble. We've just got a TD left, and this gentleman over here, it should be pretty much easy mop up. We're going to see if we just can't get in here and possibly get a good shot on him. I don't know. Maybe I just missed, or maybe I don't know. We tried and we missed. Fail.org. We put a round in him right there. We didn't finish him off. Just missed a round. Put one into the cover right in front of us there, and we're going to see if we can't go ahead and finish him off. We ended up making that happen. We still have a very nasty piece of hardware up here to my 12 o'clock. We're going to load some heat to see if we can't get through his superstructure, because that is the weakness of the Jagdpanzer. Now granted, we're just going to pound one into his lower plate there, but I was assuming when I came around the corner he would be hull down. If you're not hull down in Jagdpanzer, you were doing it wrong. Perhaps, you know, he just did get caught out in the open, but you know, there's little you can do about it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We had a fairly good game, considering I haven't played the E50M in so long. Had to give my boy Spartan there some competition. Didn't do great. 36-61 with a little bit of assist. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and win that Cromwell B.